friends, welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute since I've put a video out. Winters in Minnesota can be so long, but backpacking season is finally upon us, and I am gearing up to head out to South Dakota to thru-hike the 125-mile Centennial Trail next week. I will be going northbound, so I will start in Wind Cave National Park, go through Custer, the Black Elk Wilderness, and finish at Bear Butte State Park. For today, I'm at my local state park where I'm going to do a gear loadout and go through all the gear, food that I'm going to be bringing on trail. I'm headed into my backpack site right now, so while I head in and get things set up, I'm going to send this back to past me at Willow River to go through a little bit of my training plan. Welcome to April in Wisconsin. It is a beautiful spring day, and I am at Willow River State Park. This is one of my favorite parks to come to. It's about 40 minutes south of the cities. I love coming here because there's a beautiful falls area, and then there is also, I just went up it, there's a bunch of stairs to get up to an overlook. It just gives a little extra stair training in there, and I just did a lap up the stairs and back down. I'm out today doing a weight train to get ready for my thru-hike of the Centennial Trail. And I have two weighted vests. I have a 12-pound and I have a 20-pound. I just updated to the 20-pound within the last week. One thing I really like about coming here is it is a little bit of a choose your own adventure, because it's a 6-mile loop. I park down at the opposite end of the falls at the beach parking. I can pick how many laps I'm gonna do. I can have things in the car if I need, like this time of the year, water. Since the water is not on. I can bring multiple pairs of shoes if I want, or I'm going to be coming out in 2 weeks to do my actual pack that I'm going to wear. I'm up in between two packs right now, so I'm going to bring both. I'm going to weight them and put all my stuff in there. And on that trip in 2 weeks, I'm hoping to do four loops around, so a 24-mile trip. Today, the plan is to do at least 2 laps, maybe 3. We'll see how I feel after the first 2. And just get some hill training, again, get some stairs, see how I feel. I'll be wearing the shoes that I plan to wear on my hike. I have the Topo Traverse, and they've been doing great so far in the miles that I've put on them. I'm on lap 1 right now. We'll see. We'll catch you back for lap 2. We are firmly in lap 2. I just got done climbing one of those big hills, rolling hills on the backside. I also climbed the stairs again when I came through by the falls. So feeling pretty good overall. I ran into a couple on my first lap around that had their full packs on. So I sat and chatted with them for a little bit on what they were training for. Iceland, Switzerland, all sorts of cool stuff. So it was fun talking with them. And then I just passed, coming down by the falls, there was the Marines were out here training, the whole group of them, and each one was carrying something. A couple people were carrying a gurney with a person, logs, first aid. Everyone had something, the flag. So that energy was really cool to have and keep me motivated. On the backside is just these rolling hills like this, so it's kind of nice to get some up and down. So I think I'm gonna finish this lap, and then I think I'm gonna come and hit these rolling hills first and go back around. Feet are holding up, everything's doing pretty good. I think I'm just gonna put the old earbuds in, listen to some bulls on parade. Decided to go for lap 3. On lap 3 now. I tagged the car, filled up on water, and now I'm doing the reverse way. So I'm doing the rolling hills part first. So I get to go up this one, which I've gone down this one twice now. I get to go up. Feeling pretty good on the trail today, so I had to go for that 3rd lap. The energy out here is pretty awesome. I keep running into cool people, and it's a beautiful day. Just gotta do it when you're feeling good. I ran into a group of gals that are doing Norwegian Ruck Challenge, so they were out here. They were asking about my vest. Good vibes on the trail today. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna hit those stairs again once I get down there, wrap up this loop, wrap up this 18-mile hike, and I'll see you guys back here in 2 weeks. And just like that, we are back at Willow River 2 weeks later, going full pack today for 24 miles today is the goal. And I was going to use today to test out, I was between 2 packs. This is my Osprey Asia, and the other pack was my Gossamer Gear G4. So I actually really wanted to take my Gossamer Gear pack. I really love the netted area on the back where, you know, you can throw your tent in to dry during the day, and the side pouches. But when I was packing it, I just was like, it just didn't feel right. So I ended up not bringing that pack. I packed up this one, and I have the majority of the stuff that I'm gonna bring for the hike in here. I didn't pack my food. I just, weighted my food bag, and I ended up sliding a little bit of weight in the back of the pack. So I have it weighted to just a little over 20 pounds with my water. I know I've done 30-mile days on trail with this pack. I know it's comfortable. I know this will be a good pack for me. So I just made the decision to go with it. And I'm on my first lap around, starting counterclockwise, and then I'm gonna do 2 loops the other way. Last loop, I'll go counterclockwise again. The games we play with each other on trail, just kind of like the mental piece of it. I'm in the first lap here, and it's feeling really good. It feels extremely comfortable, so we'll see how I feel by the laps to come. Lap 2 is underway, and one of the tips I'll give for training is to train with a friend and bring them with to help pass. So I actually have, he wore bright colors, but he's up here a little bit, is my cousin Doug came with me to do this today. So it was really nice to have someone for this many miles to sit and chat with. So Doug and I have hiked many a mile together. We did a trip down to the Wisconsin Dells area a few years back and had a great time. Even almost had a near-death encounter together. Actually, we're just reminiscing about it. We did a sunrise hike to Abelman's Gorge, and it was pitch black when we had started. All of a sudden, we heard the crack of a tree falling. We couldn't see, it was close by. We couldn't see where it was. We didn't know that if it was falling near us, on us. He's out here doing all 24 miles with me, and it's been really nice to have company. The sun's coming out. So it's been a great day so far. I feel great with this pack. I really have to say it's so much better than the weighted vest. So everything's going really well. Lap 3. Doug and I keep reminiscing about our trip to Wisconsin Dells, and we were talking about how the first night we had gone out to eat, and at the hotel they had recommended a place across the parking lot. So we went there, and turns out it was like this little kid's restaurant called Buffalo Phil's, and they had a choo-choo train there, and they sat us in with all the kids, and they delivered our food by choo-choo train, and we had no idea what was going on. We're still confused to this day why they didn't ask us if we wanted to sit at the bar, seeing that we were there with no kids. I feel like we might be logged in some book somewhere as a flag or something that we came in there with no kids. It was very, very entertaining. It's passing the miles on trail, and again, the pack doing great, and the shoes, everything's going good. So now it's just cranking out the rest of this lap, one more lap, and we are choo-choo, full steam ahead. Just starting my last loop around. Everything is going good, all systems go. I think I'm ready for this hike. I'm feeling a lot more confident after being so comfortable with this versus the weighted vest. The weight just distributes so much differently. Shout out to my cousin. Thank you so much for joining me on this hike. I did lose him for this last lap. And to think, Doug, I drove all the way out to the suburbs for you on a Sunday to see you in that production of Cats. He was a real trooper coming with me to come do this many laps. Although it's been 20 years and I am still trying to process the storyline to that Cats production. Hopefully we'll get there. I should have asked him to explain it to me a little more. But again, all systems go. I'm ready to hit the trail, and I will send this back to future me at Afton. Welcome back to Afton. I made it to my backpack in site and we can dive into the gear that I'm going to bring on trail. First, I thought I had mentioned when I was at Willow River that I had decided to go with my Osprey Asia, my 48. So this is the pack that I'm going to be bringing on trail. It's been a great pack for me. I love the frame packs, so very comfortable. And we can go ahead and dive into what's inside. First things first is we can do some of the outside up in the top here, and then we'll go into the inside. So I will be bringing my trekking poles with me. For this, I only brought my one because I will need it to set up my tent. On this side right now, I only have things that I brought out here for today, like a snack and my car keys and whatnot. So on the other side here, I have, of course, chapstick, my headlamp, and my Garmin, which I'll have attached up on the front here once I actually go on trail. Okay, so on the outside, I will have just my water, and I'm gonna carry my buff on this side, and then I'll also have just another holder over here to keep my phone in and a tripod. On the outer pouch here, I do have my tent stakes. And on the other side here, I don't have it today, but I will be carrying, for the most part, an empty water bottle leader on this side that I'll fill when I get closer to camp. I have my Catadine water filter, some sunscreen, bathroom kit, my Sawyer squeeze. And for now, that is all that I have on this outer layer. So I have a little trail wallet, lightweight, that I'll keep cash in, a card, maybe stash my key fob in there. Camp shoes for at night, I just do basic flip-flops. I have a pack cover here. Pack covers to me kind of seem, silly. Usually everything in my pack is in waterproof stuff, so I don't like getting my pack wet because I like to have my pack in my tent at night. So I do go with having a pack cover, even though I don't know how necessary it really is. I have also waterproof mittens, as well as I have some lightweight mittens in here. I have Raynaud's, which is a circulation deal. Basically, my fingers go white and numb when it gets cold out, and I lose dexterity in my hands, so keeping them covered when it gets cold and rainy out is key, so that I can keep going and can try to feel my hands. Back flush for my Sawyer first aid kit, and that is it for the top. So then there's also another area in here. This is probably actually where I'll keep my wallet and my key, or I'll tether it to this chain just to make sure it doesn't fall out. In here, I have hand warmers. So again, kind of like I mentioned with the Raynaud's, at night when it's gonna get cooler at camp, just to keep my hands, when I'm setting up a tent and things like that, I might need something to keep them a little warm so that they don't go completely numb. Anything usually below 50 degrees when I'm not moving is gonna be where I'm gonna need something to keep my hands warm. Now to dive into the pack. I like to get a lot of my gear online. I do a lot of shopping at cottage vendors, and my general approach when I roll up on these sites looks a little something like this. I be the IGGY, put my name in bold. I've been working, I'm up in here with some change to throw. Add to cart, take all my money, and in 7 to 10 days, I am doing a happy dance all the way to the trail. Here we go. On the top, I do my rain gear. I have my rain jacket, not necessarily my rain gear, but I'll have a puffy. My food bag, which I will go through all of the stuff in here, and then I'll go through the food that I'll be bringing on trail. Cook kit. Inside here, I have my little BRS stove, my lighter, my fuel can, and then I have a Tokes 550 titanium pot. My rain pants, clothes. For the most part on trail, I will be wearing one outfit every single day. I will have more of a tech tank than this that I have on, but I'll have a tech tank on, and shorts is what I plan to wear every day. My rain gear, obviously, if I need it. And then at night, I will have a pair of Smart Wool long underwear and top. Little booties for my feet, again with the rain odds and getting very cold. For getting started in the morning before I get too warm, I'm just gonna bring this lightweight shirt. I have one pair of socks to change into if I need to, and my sleep socks. That is all that I am bringing for clothes. I am resupplying at Whispering Pines Campground on day 3. So I can wash my clothes that I do have. Let's see what's next. So kind of slid into the back of the pack, I have my power banks. So this is kind of my solution for a sit pad. This is I made this myself out of Reflectix, and it's kind of a dual purpose. One is I can use it as a sit pad if I need to when I'm at camp or need to sit on a rock for lunch or whatever. But then also depending on how cool it is at night when I'm setting up camp and if I'm hydrating my food, I can slide it in here, keep it warm so that it won't cool down while I'm doing other things around camp. Okay, so this is a bit of a luxury item for me. I could easily do a Ziploc bag and make this very lightweight, but my cords, all my cords. I don't like the idea of cords getting all together in a bag. That's chaos for me. I can't with that. So I like to have everything all in a nice little thing. This is a little more weight than probably I need to bring. Again, I could do a Ziploc bag, which is probably what most people do, but this just works better for me. And I can slide it right back. I know where everything is. I'll be good to go. This is my power banks. Ditty bag. So in here, I just have, ibuprofen, a quick dry towel, extra batteries, my earplugs, all the little things that you kind of don't know what to do with, just throw it in a plastic bag. To get into my tent. So I have a bag liner in my pack that I keep my pillow, sleeping bag, and tent in, and I just shove them right in there to keep everything dry. My tent I will be using is the Z-Packs Soloplex. My sleeping bag, this is comfort rated to 37 degrees for the average cold sleeper and 27 degrees for the average warm sleeper. I came out here to test out this bag just in case I needed to swap it out. The problem is that it's very nice out and the low temps are only in the mid 50s, so I won't really be able to get it down into the 30s to test it out. My sleeping pad is the insulated Nemo Tensor. I have, for a pillow, I have the Sea to Summit extra large pillow. I've done quite a few different pillows and none of them have been very comfortable. This has been the most comfortable pillow I've ever brought on trail. And that is everything that I am bringing on trail. I'm gonna go ahead and clean all of this stuff up and then we'll dive into the food. Okay, so I have all of my food laid out. This is actually my resupply. So I'm going to be mailing this on Monday out to Whispering Pines. So this will be my resupply, but this is pretty much a mirror image of what I'll be packing to bring for the first 3 days. What I do is I take each of these are separated by day and I'll go through each of these, but I take each day and I put each day in a Ziploc bag. I can also use these as my trash bag, but it just takes out the thinking for me on trail. This is what I have for the day and I can pick my snacks and I have everything laid out instead of just kind of rummaging through a bag. It just keeps me on track with where I need to be. Also keep in my bag my rock socks so I can toss this to hang my bear line. I also keep a little Apex Giant, a small little dog bone on here so I can use a stick as well. I hang my bag PCT style. So this is all, I just keep this right in here, as well as my toothpaste and toothbrush and all of that kind of fun stuff. I keep that in here as well so that can get hung at night with all of the items that have scent to them. This is essentially day 4, 5, and 6 for me. So every day I'm gonna start my day with coffee and just do instant oatmeal. I'll have a bar maybe mid-morning. Of course, gotta have my my multivitamins. And for lunch every day, I'm gonna have 2 chomps. I have a pro meal bar that I can put peanut butter on if I want to, or just have peanut butter plain. I can even eat half of this and have half of this with my dinner. I packed not every day, but I do have some electrolytes that I'll have in case I feel like I need those while I'm on trail. I'm not a huge fan of putting anything flavored in my water bottle that I drink water out of, because I don't like once the water bottle gets tainted with the flavor. I don't like it. I just like plain water. So I do have them though in case I feel that I really need them. They're kind of emergency use only, depending how much I'm sweating on trail. Afternoon, I'll have another bar. And then for dinner, I'm going to have a dehydrated wild Zora meal. This is the mountain beef stew. I am also going to throw in a packet of olive oil in there just for some extra calories. And I'll also have some cookies, and of course I'm going to toss in my multivitamins, my PM vitamins in here. Day 2 is pretty much exactly the same setup that I have with breakfast, coffee, bars, chomps. I threw in an extra bar in here. I do feel at some point along the way at night, I'll probably get a little more hungry. And then my last day on trail, I plan to summit Bear Butte sometime in the afternoon. I'm gonna come off trail and go into Sturgis so I can get dinner off trail that night, and I'll stay at a hotel before returning home the next day. So for the last day on trail, I'm only gonna need oatmeal, my coffee, a bar, some chomps for lunch, and some, Oreos or something for a snack. I also have my my spoon. I really like this long-handled one for getting in these bags. These bags are actually pretty short compared to some of them, but this is really great to get in there and stir, very lightweight. And then of course, I'm going to bring, I went through my peanut butter just to have, but my treats to bring on trail so I can have these every night. So I have essentially the same exact thing that I'm gonna bring on my first days there, days 1 through 3. But I have to have my Nerds gummies and my mini Swedish fish. These are my power-ups on trail. I love them, they give me life, and I am limiting myself to this for a 3-day supply, and then my other 3-day supply. I'll bring a little bit of trail mix too to kind of supplement throughout here. This is again my resupply, but my days 1 through 3 I will also have some trail mix just to snack. I really don't want to overdo it on food. I tend to eat less on trail than I probably should, considering the amount of calories I'll be expending with the amount of hiking I'll be doing, but I just tend to not get hungry. I'll be on trail 6 days. Maybe the hiking hunger will kick in. I'm also resupplying. There'll be a little general store there. If I feel I kind of went light on food, I can pick up more things there as well. I'll be passing through towns that I can pick up food at if I need to. I just really want to see how this does on this much of a long trail for me. I'm curious to see when I come back if I'm going to have extra food. I do believe the food that I am bringing with me is what I need nutrient wise, so we'll see what I end up coming back with. All right, friends, that's going to be a wrap for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hit the trail next week. I will be vlogging the whole thing, so I'll be posting the videos. So be sure to click subscribe to follow along on the adventure. I hope to see you on trail. Stay wild.